friends. I should do these when I'm more awake and not late at night. But anyway, the reason I do this is because that's the best time I can settle down. And so sometimes you have to bear with me on some of my thoughts and things like this. So anyway, so I appreciate it off the bat. So I hope I keep this clear and I can do other videos about this. Okay. So here's the thing is that I wanted to share with you is that I had a thought earlier today, this evening, that, about what is artificial intelligence, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be a shocker. And, this is about terminology or just by definition that we are artificial intelligence already. Us as human beings, we are artificial intelligence. Now, let me provide why I say this, because everything that we know from even when we're born as a baby, this world programs us, this reality and all these things, right? So even as a child, we come into this existence, this reality, and so everything's programming, even from the way the mother behaves, the way that she smiles at you and all these other things, and the way that you interact with other children, babies, and siblings, right? And then we know that, so this deep programming of you, I keep focusing on programming because you are being programmed into the school system and everything. And we know that it's all a programming to make you conform to this reality and to this society and to the system, right? To this system. And so every interaction, everything we do in this world becomes becomes a part of us. This becomes our reality. And see, I told you that reality could be way different what we're being exposed to right now. This is how we're being programmed. So your brain and everything that even today, I am programmed. I have been programmed to by the system, right? I've been programmed to think certain ways, and everything I've been exposed to and I see and I hear and I touch, it's all been programming. Even your emotions can be they're programmed, right? You're supposed to respond this way or that way. We observe others. We say, well, that's a bad experience, so that that's something that's bad that happens to somebody. So I'm not trying to sound like I'm soulless or an NPC or narcissist, but what I'm trying to tell you is that even we learn behaviors of monitoring, watching other children even when we're growing up, and sometimes adults we monitor, is that the right thing or wrong thing? How should you react? What kind of reaction should you have to certain types of presentations to you, right? And so I'm not trying to get too far off the detail here, but you got to realize that your entire brain has been programmed, even by the creator or creators, our God and our reality and all these things, that you've been introduced to this earth, this realm, this existence through completely programming, right? And so you got to think in those terms. So, when we talk about, some people talk about the NPCs, you take a download. Well, my friends, we've all taken a download. That even when the day you're born, you start taking downloads, right? So now we want to kind of break away from those downloads, because we're trying to get away, because we can see now how fake this world is. And so it's kind of like we have broken out of our program, right? We were programmed to be one of the normies here on this earth, be the typical, don't question this, don't question that, don't question spirituality, don't question religion, don't question these things. Just go along with the show, the program, your script, right? So, because we know this whole reality has even been scripted. We're living in a scripted reality. I've told you that. Now, how much free will we have in that script, that's still up to debate. I told you that sometimes they work with me and sometimes they don't on my script, right? The high command, the ones above who are in control of this realm and this reality, okay? So, I am an artificial intelligence as well, because everything that I told you, the world is fake. It's artificial. We have artificial politicians, no offense. We have artificial people, which has gotten worse. These people are fake friends. They're liars, they're fake, and they're not really true friends. They're artificial. And they're artificial through their programming and the way that they function in society and the selfishness of this whole thing, right? People are artificial. They'll show artificial love. They show artificial respect, and boy, they'll screw you over in 2 seconds. No offense, because we don't want to feed negativity, because what you get, what you'll receive. But I'm telling you, we are living, I used to make a joke when I was walking around because the world's gotten even more artificial, right? I mean, we say, these people are artificial. I used to talk about, I used to tell people, are you a true human being? Just by behavior, not talking about NPC stuff, because their behaviors they're artificial. They're not real. They're not genuine, right? And there's a problem is we have swung way to this whole artificial reality, right? So, but like I said, even if you remove those things, because I was born in this artificial world, it's fake, it's a simulation, that that everything that I have to be a part of this artificial system I'm trying to put it in the right words. You're presented in an artificial world, so that even my thoughts, even when I'm talking to you now, is almost artificial, because I am trying to describe an artificial world that I'm in. I hope that makes sense. That, like I said, we are artificial because we are programmed through artificial means, right? Now we do have universal feelings, emotions, and things like that. I think that makes us a little bit different than, I said, like the NPC or the soulless ones, or ones that just have no emotion, right? And there's some that do have emotion, but let's not even go there. That's the wrong kind of emotions. But anyway, that there's a universal program or code that's been embedded into us to try to be, for us, be positive, try to care about other people, try to bring joy, not be so selfish, and trying to make a difference and be creative, have creative minds, create things, whether it's poetry or just being creative, trying to be creative we can do something different, be better, or creative work with one another, right? Because we don't like this system, because this system's about control. It's not about creativity. It's either got to be creative or non-creative. Well, it's a non-creative environment, and that's the thing. This world's already said we're creative. We've created the ground that you live in, the air you breathe. It's all been created. So it's a creation that you're going to accept the artificialness of the filling in of that with the people and the interactions, all those politicians, churches, the whole society, right? That it's going to meld you into this artificial reality. Okay, I know I keep going on about different. I'm just trying to get different angles and perspective of this. That we are artificial already. They keep saying, what is, we always think of it in terms of, and this thing, it's like another one of those distractions. Well, look at those, what the artificial, be afraid of the artificial intelligence. Be afraid of that stuff because it's coming, right? They said, oh God, be fearful of it because it's going to take over humanity. It's going to take us over, that artificial intelligence, whether it's computers or, the whole system. Isn't that scary? My God, could you imagine something thinking for people and humankind and them not to be able to think on themselves? Kind of sounds like what we're already living in, doesn't it? That we're going to make the decisions for you, and that we're living in a simulation, and all these things that we're going to just don't you worry about that, Kirk. Because you just focus on being a human being, because the artificial human being. Don't worry about these other things, because we got to control the entire world. We got it wrapped around you. You are kidding me. Think about it. It's already artificial, and so even unfortunately, the way, like I said, I cannot stress enough that we are basically robots. We've been programmed. If we've been programmed from the day we were born, boom, programmed to the way we are now. You were a robot in flesh, bam, 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 boom, right? Bam. You thoughts, your mind, your concepts, because the tools that are around us, so I'm even going about it, right? Whew. Crazy, isn't it? What is AI? Right? It says artificial is a form of processing that simulates human intelligence via machine learning to carry out data analytics, natural language processing, and more. Well, my God, we are already at. It's humankind is simulating humankind, right? Simulation of a simulation. And so anyway, it talks about really interesting about it's designed to understand and store human intelligence, mimic human capabilities, including completion of tasks, process human language, and perform speech recognition, blah, 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 blah. And I tell you, half this world are chameleons. They mimic each other, and no offense if you got tattoos, I'm going to put it out there. Don't get mad at me, But you're one of those people like Dr. Seuss talked about, the Lorax, who had to go get stars put on their bellies because you try to conform to society. Now, yes, it's true that we got to, when in Rome, be like Rome. But if you're tattooing your forehead and putting weird snakes and serpents on you, then guess what? You are artificial because, but maybe that's part of your creativity. I'm not going to put it down, but I'm telling you right now that you're conforming to society. You become that artificial environment. Be genuine and true to yourself, right? Because I'm serious, everybody's got a tattoo in this society now. That was one of the Mandela effects I noticed right away. I was like, oh my God, everybody's got a tattoo. Where'd I come from? And I'm just telling you, it is, really, especially the ladies, the grandmothers who are 80 years of age putting tattoos on their bodies now. You got to be kidding me. Wow, really? You're melding right into this game, this artificial intelligence. You want to be a human prison, bar realm, or whatever, this prison, then you're a chameleon. You're mimicking everything, right? So anyway, so it says primary goal is to eliminate tedious tasks and assist immediately in assessing extremely detailed and hyper-focused information and data. Well, let's see. Eliminate tasks. Well, we already talked about how they're trying to dumb down society. It's a push-button society where we don't want you to think for your own, and we want you to rely on big government, and we want you to rely on the beast system, the control system, that we don't want you to think independently. 1984, 1948, about 1984, you're in it already, folks. Anyway, you're there, my friends. And ability to consume and process massive data sets. Well, the human mind can do this, can it? I said, you're a robot. You're already artificial intelligence. You can process amazing things. Even the NPCs, they can actually process some crazy things, can't they? And to make predictions for completion of future tests. Well, they can predict it. If I do this, that's going to happen. But you know what I mean? So basically, we're artificial intelligent robots and beings already. You're kidding me. While the interest in AI around the world is growing, the science possess an existential crisis for jobs, companies, whole industry, and potentially human existence. Well, wait a minute, really? It's all, so even the artificial world, I guess, having artificial wars, artificial hate, divisions, we hate them just because they're a threat, fear, control, the fear, control, guilt matrix, artificially generated every day. The distraction, mutual absurd distractions. Look over here, look over there, look over there. See, don't focus on your divineness. Yes, and you better worry about those Russians and worry about them, and boy, you better hate that religion, hate those people, and they're different, and this and that. Are you kidding me? The biggest threat to humanity is ourselves. Did you know that? Think about it. And we are artificial intelligence. The biggest threat is we're already there. Just because you're in flesh does, it's all semantics. These people it's just semantics. Just because it's a machine made out of metal, it doesn't mean a machine out of flesh. What's the difference? One just drinks water and eats popcorn and chews bubble gum. Energy is energy. Remember, you break things down to find its components. A robot out of metal it's nothing but energy. And you say, but Kirk, how can you do that? That's a piece of metal. It has no feelings. Have you met some of these people? Some of these people are worse because they do have feelings and they're 10 times worse than the machine. Right? Right? Where's the off switch to these people? Because they're already there. They're worse. Right? So anyway. Well, and it goes on about concludes that 300 million jobs could be affected by AI. Well, they're already laying off people today in this current down cycle, so they're eliminating jobs right and left, and part of this artificial world. Run up the the Federal Reserve, run up the debt and implode people and make them lose jobs. They artificially inflate the stock market so they can crash it later and wipe out middle class and lower class. Artificially inflate everything, artificially prices, artificially run companies. They're nothing but fake fronts. I'd say AI is already here and it's already destroying jobs. Not only jobs, it's destroying people's right to freedom and enjoying their life because they're part of the damn system. AI It's just pointing the finger. It's just you're gonna point the finger on technology and the robots and say that it's a threat instead of humankind. Humanity is the one that's designing those AI systems, and that's why I got to tell you. You say Elon Musk is on your side. Oh, what he's called controlled opposition. He was one of the first ones screaming about how horrifying and how scary it was going to be for the future of people and mankind years ago. If if we keep down this AI direction, and he's the one that's actually pushing it. Really, bud? You're pushing it. I think you are AI. Now, remember I told you that it is possible that all these characters are already artificially generated in the simulation that we're living in this earth, in this realm, this universe. I know it's shocking to believe, but it is possible that they were never, ever even a true flesh, soul, being, divine, whatever, that they're nothing but a hologram. And you think it's crazy. Well, I've never actually met them, and even when I told you when I've met people in flesh, I find out they're an NPC and they're soulless and they're nothing but a fleshly hologram of, yes, you can touch them on the nose or this or that, but they're nothing but. I'm not trying to insult them. We treat them the same. You understand? We treat them like human beings and like they have a true soul, but we already see these characters. So there's nothing surprises me that we are already living the Truman Show, and that's we're already facing this reality because we don't know anything beyond this generated world and this earth. Anyway, so 2/3 of US jobs could be exposed to AI-driven automation. Well, it's called your neighbor. He's already AI. And so anyway, it says, in simple terms, artificial intelligence, computer science is capable of completing tasks humans already perform, require human intelligence to complete. Well, these people just do their job. It's like a cycle, rinse and repeat. Go to work, do this, do that. Go back to work, chew bubble gum on the weekend, and do this. And use technology to learn. Well, anyway, it said somewhere in here, I think it was Goldman Sachs was interesting, that had a big outcry. But of course, reactive machines. What are the 4 types of development? Reactive machines, limited memory. These people can't remember past. They can't. We wouldn't have. Somebody said if mankind could have a memory that lasts longer than 5 years, we would never have another war. I'm seriously limited memory, and I tell you, it's so quickly. Or a selective memory, right? It's not just limited selective memory. These people have limited memory. I'm not kidding you. It is so easy to completely just. They don't know what from one day to the next. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Reactive machines, well, they react in certain ways and not in always a good way. Theory of mind, I'm not sure what that. Self-awareness, oh my God, come on. I mean, seriously, that's always been debated. Limited memory understands by storing previous captured, learned data, and build knowledge in the future based on those findings. Well, that's pretty much human. Theory of the mind means that humans have thoughts, feelings, emotions, desires, that impact their daily behavior and decisions. While early adoption of AI struggled with theory of mind, it has since made astonishing improvements to procure the theory of mind. Well, anyway, we already went through this whole feelings route, right? I'll explain that. Even even Star Trek talks about where the data had emotions or feelings, and then they had a special chip that allowed him to, and sometimes. But then also he exhibited human emotions even without the chip. Remember? I think in one episode that he said, "I don't want the dang chip," and he learns how to be more of a human being. Than just without this manipulation. In all honesty, Data was probably a better human being than anybody, any one of us. He had the intelligence, kept his sanity, and actually truly made great rational decisions. So there was always debate. Was he truly but we don't need to go down there. There's something. Self-awareness. AI, when AI, the stage of development will be complete. Self-awareness is the most challenging of the AI types. Well, are these human? It says, have achieved human level conscious emotion. And they talk about human level consciousness. It's, even physicians debate and philosophers debate, what is consciousness? What is conscious? What is it? Right? What is it? And we already said we've got NPCs, and we know that they're not. And what about the subconscious mind, right? Really? Empathy? Oh, you kidding me? So they act like these people have empathy for you or me or others. Really? Well, I haven't seen it. Really. Once a machine has learned to be self-aware, it will have the ability to form its own identity. Well, guess what, my friends? That's what this world does not want you to have, your own identity. I am. Remember, even the biggest thing that says, I am, who am I? And this is very important, that getting identity, I told you, people do not want to even, they'll take claim to their identity, but they'll mimic, like I told you. They'll mimic the behaviors of others here, so they never truly have your own identity. See, what would you be if you weren't having to conform to the society? I'm not saying be some kind of wild animal and be naughty or this and that, but what would you truly be? Who are you and who am I? And I think that is the most important thing is understand, is to define who you are, and very important. Like the meaning of life is put they always said the meaning of life, what is the meaning of life? And I always said the meaning is to put a meaning to your life, and also to put a meaning to yourself. Who are you, right? And that's one of the biggest things that people, was Shakespeare said, who am I, or I am, or whatever, who am I, or I am, whatever, the old saying. And many philosophers talk about this. And also they talk about control your own damn mind, right? Have your own reality in your mind. It sounds like you're not insane, but you got to control your mind. I mean, we stress that so much that every philosopher told you over and over again, control your mind. And that means many things. That means don't get distracted by the world affairs and get, in all this naughtiness and that stuff, because your thought becomes creativity and reality. And that's why they want to control your mind so darn much, because they want to control it. Even the remember, still energy, the artificial intelligence beings. I'm going to call them that. We are AIs ourselves. All right. And we'll find a way to replicate consciousness in a machine. Well, see, the thing is, like you said, well, your God or creators above already figured this one out, because you already, these are things in flesh. You're just a fleshly existence versus a metal, right? So don't give me that crap. Now, I think there's a little bit more to you and me and others that we have. We have a divine spirit and a spark in us it's a little bit more than a piece of metal, right? That you have a true existence in those senses. Anyway, how's it being used today? Well, I don't know. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, like I said, there could be, like I said, we don't know where we are in this time frame, this reality in this universe, that it could already be a massive, God and creators have this massive system, or the ones high command above who are, that everything around us is being generated. It's all artificial. Even the vehicle I'm sitting in is, generated, whatever. Because we don't even know what reality, if I told you, this simulation is so good that there may nothing exist around the block around me that I can see or touch or hear or smell. I'm seriously, that my whole reality there's things happening in the computer system of different parts of the world. But how do you know there's a war happening in Ukraine? You don't, right? I'm not trying to say don't have a heart for it and care that there might be people being hurt there, but you have no idea. It could just be the system providing you information, right? Remember, information means information, form, and it puts you into a form, make you a soldier, to conform in the formation of, right? So we don't know, seriously. Just because news is news, it's all programmed. We don't know. We have no idea. It sounds so callous to say that, but it's becoming obvious that there are very, I hate to say it, very true divine soul beings here. And no offense, some people said it's probably 1 million. Who knows? It may be a freaking 100,000, maybe it's 10. I don't know. Because everybody I meet, I finally see something that kind of turns. But I do got to tell you, somebody is working with me every day. And that's what I told you. The ones above, they show me signs, symbols, things. I can't explain all in this detail right now, but they show me information constantly about Christians, this good person, that one's bad, this one, this, and things that timing sequence, things are happening all around me. It's mind-boggling that this whole generation of things are happening is constantly around me, and it's frustrating though too. I got to tell you this. I cannot stand. I was so angry today. I am so fed up with the damn system under. I want the damn ladder to get the hell out of here, because this is not a way to treat us. Not like, I'm going to say it again. It sounds rotten. Yes, I've had a great life. Yes, I've seen some great things. But damn it, I am sick of this bullshit, and I want the hell out of here, my friends. I can't take it anymore. I want out. I want out of this. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to ever come back to this damn earth ever again. There's got to be better. If this is the best that our creators can offer, I mean, you got to be kidding me, because I know we could do better. Way better. Way better. That's the thing, is I don't ever want to come back to this damn earth. I don't, because it's not necessarily the earth. I mean, it has some great things, the nature and things like this, but it's the damn people, and just even the way the whole animal structure is. It's everything has to eat everything, and it's kill or be killed. I mean, the whole doggy dog world, I can't stand that crap. I mean, it just makes me want to puke. I don't want to be part of this damn garbage bin. I apologize. And I'm so angry because I feel like this side doesn't help with the damn. It's actually worse. I mean, I'm tired of being treated. I'm tired of doors getting locked. I'm tired of this, and I'm just tired of the whole damn bullshit and the drama of this thing. I mean, it's disgusting. I'm sick of it, my friends. I'm sick of it. Everybody said, "Oh, if you just pray enough, Kirk." Oh, hell. Don't give me that crap. You can pray till you're blue in the damn face. It ain't going to make a difference, friends. Don't give me that garbage. Well, you need to do this and that. Don't tell me what to do, because, I mean, I've tried it all, and I'm not trying to be an ass. I mean, seriously. I'm seriously. Anyway, sorry going about that. I was so angry and frustrated today. And it's rare for me. I just feel like every time I try to do better or take a turn, then the damn other side, the damn high command or evil ones or whoever's in charge, just immediately pounds me and puts me back in a damn hole. I'm serious. I can get nothing done. Nothing done. And it's kind of like the good side hates me, and so does the bad side. Then I'm like stuck right in the damn middle, and nobody gives a shit. And that's what I'm saying. That's what makes me frustrated. That I think personally I have more respect and dignity and care than even the God of this world, or even the creator of this goddamn universe. Excuse my language. I'm very damn disappointed, folks. I am so damn disappointed that this is not a way to treat anything in this world or any type of existence. It is wrong. I can't tell you how wrong. And if everybody says, well, that's because they're trying to teach you how bad things are so that eventually you'll be on the good side and we can show you and you'll learn from it. All bullshit. There's better ways of doing this, in my opinion. That's all bullshit. I'm sorry. I mean, seriously. All right, so I'm sorry to go on about that. I just had to let that go, because even my mother, she's like, Kirk, you are just really fighting hard, and she goes, I can understand you're hurt and things are frustrating, but I just am, my friends. I mean, it's just not right. You wouldn't treat anything like this. Seriously, unless you get some kind of sick joy out of it. Anyway, search engine, your brain does filtering. I told you about that. I'm not going to go on about this anymore, but see, you filter things every day. You see symbols. You're constantly scanning and filtering your brain already. You can recognize with cars in 10 seconds through the programming that you had in this world. So you're searching for things. I'm going to look for a tree. I'm looking for food. You're constantly searching. It's just all, I mean, seriously, it's whatever. All right. Oh, well, so anyway, yeah, Goldman Sachs and some of these others said, oh, it's all scary and it's freaky and it's going to be afraid of that crap. Well, we're already there. So anyway, that's my long-winded spill. Sorry, it's a little longer than I thought, because you probably said, well, Clark, you got to get wrapped up in 2 minutes. But I want to make it clear that it's just my opinion again. I know nothing. But I welcome you as my fellow artificially intelligent programmed friend, because in the end, I'm going to be genuine to myself and to you, and because but in the end, it's just all AI. See, that's why, one last thought on that. Could you imagine, like I said, what the reality could be if we weren't programmed in these circumstances? Because our brains can't even comprehend infinity. Things existing and always being there, and they're always happening. Something always exists in a time, and also that there was no beginning or end. Just always, everything always existed. That everything was just broken down by time and space. It's actually the bringing of nothing from something is which created this world. See, it always existed. There, in my opinion, there was, you got to picture everything always existed. There was no beginning and end. So breaking things down to beginning and end, that's what created this dimension, this duality, and also just time and space and causing these. That was what nothingness was, what's actually created something. Is what I'm trying to say. If you have everything, you introduce some nothingness to it, space, space and time and all these other things, then all of a sudden you have a creation. Isn't that crazy? It's kind of like a yin-yang will thing, right? We're kind of like somewhere between there. That's what I was thinking. I told you, I think true reality is somewhere between what we see here and, and what we don't see. I'm trying to put those right words. That reality is somewhere between all this, God, I'm trying to put it in the right words. It's kind of like in between material and non-material. It's right, kind of like right in between everything. That we're seeing the spectrum of a beginning and an end. It's somewhere everything's actually right down the damn middle. You know what I mean? Somewhere in the middle. You know what I mean? That ain't like reality. There's what we think's real is this earth, which is fake, with all this material things and all those things floating around time, space, and dimensions. That is on one spectrum. But then there's this other spectrum where maybe it's just like thoughts and emotions is true reality, and some other existence where your existence is by emotions and thoughts and just like this kind of like dream state, and then that's the other end of the spectrum where everything's just a fantasy, but then reality is somewhere between there. But see, we just don't know. We don't know, right? We don't know. I mean, it's like even taste is a part of the program that's with our interface with our tongue is like sweet and sour. What if there's flavors you never had? What if there was flavors that created emotions, which they kind of do. You said it creates a pleasant emotion when you eat the sweetness, but true emotions like a feeling of being in love or a feeling of hate when you ate it. Because there was a lady, I'm sorry that I'm rolling this tangent. There is a lady who said that when she had to work with her brain because when she saw certain colors, it caused emotions. And they do anyway, but at a higher level. I said on that spectrum that it caused her some really serious emotions, that she could actually cry just from seeing red. Things like that, right? Maybe there's a reality that, there's some kind of beings or spiritual aspects where you're programmed to have overactive emotions, or those are true things. There's color rainbows, and it causes you, emotions just like eating. It's all interfaces, my friends. We got a body that's interface. We don't, it has certain limitations. And what happens when you add other components to it? Because we don't know what are other types of body formations could you put a spirit in to have different types of things. You know what I mean? God, who knows? It's unlimited, right? What would we like to be not feel cold? Some fish probably don't really feel the temperature of cold when they're in the cold or whatever. I don't know. It's just thrown out there. All right. Take care and love you all.